Could be, you know, but the EG, they ran something similar with the Razor draft where they like didn't really have the super late game, because right now they're playing against two Agi cores and both of their cores are intelligent, so they need to have a good advantage, you know, coming after the laning stage, 10-15 minutes in, they need to have an advantage. leshrac is a good pick, you know, to deal with the Naga Siren. OD, you got anything to add, anything smart?
I mean, I'm just sort of blown away by how greedy IG's gone. I mean, Morphling and Naga, I've got to be honest, I'll be completely surprised if EG aren't able to punish this. I think EG's going to be able to run them over. I just don't see this level of greed, you know, teams getting away with it in the grand finals of a major. Thank you very much. But yeah, Lacoste, I mean, obviously a lot of greed with the final two cores of IG. They do have that phenomenal setup, a team fight around it.
Yeah, I remember the old cheats, you know, greed is good. You know, sometimes I think in this game, it could be punished. Like, EG, they have a really good, they have a fast lineup, they have a maneuverable lineup with the Storm Spirit Beastmaster. I want to see if arteezy once again gets like an earlier bot so that he can be moving around the map, something that he did on Razor, just to put some more pressure, like you're going to bring that one extra hero.
Yeah, and you like the way that EG ended up, you know, going for the arteezy Lesh when you can pull. This was pretty much
a lot of the carries were banned out, like those Radiance type of carries, also like you had a really good point, you know, maybe it would be a good lifesteal game because they had really nothing, but then they picked Morphling and they're like, maybe they did not want to go for it, so they decided to go for leshrac, something that deals well with the illusions. Right now, leshrac just jungling. Just jungle Lesh.
He's checking out the lanes, making sure that they get the matchups that they want. Us arteezy will continue to head down bottom.
Something that they've done before, multiple times already throughout this major. Just leave Ice on the safe lane, especially when they were playing Alchemist with the Acid Spray. And the Tusk, this time around, they don't have that strong of a tri-lane, but it's still super strong. I remember historically, you know, Disruptor, he was not considered. Like every single time, when, like the tri-lanes were a thing, everyone was playing it. You see a Disruptor, you want an aggressive tri-lane, because what he brings is pretty much just a Thunderstrike.
Top lane with set him now, Ice. Deal with Fly and Kaka putting the pressure on. Be able to find some decent CS underneath the tower. It's mid lane matchup. Definitely eyes on how well Emo is going to be able to do against Arbed, how much he's going to be able to get out of the lane. Bottom lane, Ollie. Oh, going to be just slightly off the mark with the stun, but it doesn't matter. EG will be the ones to claim first blood with the tri-lane.
Right now, they're thinking, do we help Kaka on the top lane? Made the big pull, will deny some of the creeps, we'll get level 2 by that. But the way EG is playing, like they're sacrificing Ice's Ice Farm. He's one of the craziest players out there. You know, he will eventually do something that might sound or look stupid, and like EG will get the advantage from it. Like remember the Pangolier when he was playing Pango, just rolling inside the base, going near the tier 4 towers, and then you see like 1 or 2 people rotating, trying to punish that, which opens up more space for EG.
Lane Emo. And get up aggressive onto Arbed. Heroes just baiting each other. Arbed still with Fairy Fires to play with.
Using the healing salve, has a bottle coming up to him, so that's gonna be good. Emo, ooh, that arrow.
Careful. It's over from Crit, and we're seeing already in the mid matchup, Arbed is just having a phenomenal time against Emo in the 1v1. 11 for 6 against the 6 for 4. Arbed, sort of there's no rotations or any input from the rest of the members of IG around this mid lane. We're going to see Arbed get some very quick item timings.
He will be. Also, Mirana without Marcy doesn't seem that strong. She does not have anyone to guide the arrows. Arbed just playing very aggressive on a mid lane with 1-1-1 build. You know, it's a Morphling, very hard to kill, but Abed so far doing a really, really good job. 15
nice crush.
CS, 8 denies. He has more denies than Morphling has CS, which is pretty impressive.
Top lane, they do get the kill onto Ice. See if Crit can get the return kill onto Kaka. Stick charges. Crit running him down. Kaka can get away from this. He can. He's into the trees. Crit won't be able to follow. Done up top, of course, this is the lane where we do imagine EG are going to have the tougher time with the way it's been set up. We'll see how much Crit's around to make it a little safer for Ice.
When you have offlaner on the safe lane and he gets a bottle, like I want to see if they will be able to like contest the 5-minute bounty rune. If you don't get it, like there should be Crit also pressuring the bottom lane 5 minutes in, just securing the bounties, especially since JT picked up that bottle, you know, so that they don't get any value from the bounties.
Yeah, but did try and go for the rune, but with a quick waveform, Emo. In. Stop Arben from getting the bottomers to 21 and 11 against the 8 for 4. Emo pretty much having no game at all so far in this laning stage as Arbed has completely demolished it.
He still needs 50 gold to finish off his bottle. Level 4, Storm 5 1/4. Looks really good for Arbed.
In that bottom flight, you're right here with arteezy by his side. JT and Ollie not going to try and dive anymore. CS at the moment down on the bottom lane. JT 24 and 1 against arteezy's 18 and 1. Easy try and turn, but as soon as the spells come out, JT's able to push him away. He's not able to get too much damage done with the edict. It's up top, Kaka. Pair the jungle.
Oh, the glimpse. He does not want him to refill the bottle.
He might kill him, Fly.
Is truly a blessed life.
Shield, but JT's going to have another God's Rebuke in a couple of seconds, and Fly. Oh, he's gone.
Got him. Now, that was such nice done by Oli, using Glimpse just to secure that arteezy is not going to pick up the bounty, refill his bottle, and the spear. They get the rune. Meanwhile, arteezy is getting some free CS on the bottom lane, uncontested.
Goes on up top. Ice. He's back to getting quite a bit out of this thing. Seeing, of course, still the edge for Fly at the moment, and he's the top farmer on the board, Fly. No pressure onto the Naga Siren with its lane set up, flushing all the space in the world. It's line up. I mean, is it going to be up to EG to make any sort of rotation up towards the Naga Siren? I mean, when are we going to see EG start to group together and go? How early is that going to happen this game?
Once Beastmaster hits level 6 and get book 1, they could potentially threaten a kill on Naga with just one hero rotating. Kaka will still be invis. Like mid laners, they like when there's a lot of action happening on the side lanes as well, where like people die and then they get their bottle refilled, especially if they're not controlling the runes. Like if they're not using it 2 times, we've seen like both supports coming in, taking the runes instead of being it bottled. Emo playing a bit aggressive on the mid lane.
Yeah, they're really pushing the limits here, 2 of them. Abed and Emo really testing each other's capabilities to themselves alive. We're going to see Abed go for the reset. TV's back to base. Gonna have to back up and refill. That's a ball, but the bounce rune still preserved for him. Be able to stay out on the map. So it's actually about a creep wave away from hitting the 6th side of JT. So just about to that level 6. And at that point, arteezy's going to have to be very careful down here. This move from Arbed sort of knows that JT's about to this. He knows that JT's going to look for an aggressive play. So he's going to be here ready and prepared to back arteezy up.
He's having a really nice read what's happening. arteezy.
JT lead in, but now Arbed zipping onto JT. He's going to pop the stick charges. The glimpse does separate Arbed for now, but Arbed's ready to come back in, closes the gap, gets the kill done, and now arteezy's going to dive in onto Ollie as well.
They might even get the courier. Yeah, that's like such a big move. Like, they didn't get too much out of XP while all this was happening. Like, there was no one on the mid lane. Crit kind of connected, lost one full creep wave. He was pulling the top lane, but the nice move from Abed. You know, he TP's back to base, refills his bottle, comes back to the bottom, secures 2 kills, a courier, and some damage on the tower.
Yeah, doesn't get much better than that from Abed's early rotations. Make his way back over to the mid. Crit able to pick up some XP whilst this was happening. The 8-minute rune come into play. Emo and Ollie looking to protect it. Ollie's actually going to take the arrow. Here is Crit's able to find the connection. Arbed, does he want to commit for this? He does. Pulls in with the vortex. Will be able to get the kill. Emo's trying to find Arbed. In return, Arbed, he's out to the side. Now with the regen being pumped, he's going to be able to get back in. He wants to. His arteezy and fly. They're running down Emo. Emo's away, and Arbed, he'll use the regen to get to the farm. Doesn't want to zip in too aggressively whilst they don't have vision over there.
Sometimes stars just align. You know, he picked up that region. He finds the jelly straight away. He still has that region up and running. So wants to make a move on JT.
JT shows. Be a little spooky for him, JT. Knows something up. Arbed. Quite be able to find him. JT plays it safe. We'll also have Emo coming down here. Emo making his way over. See if the two of them can get some sort of a play going. JT does have the arena, but EG, they've got 3 here. The backup of Fly, Arbed, an incredibly tricky hero to set up on.
IG has 2 farming cores, like Morphling can't make those aggressive moves. Both supports kind of need level to be able to rotate, so it's going to be a lot on JT's shoulders to make the moves. Arena is online. He's level 7, but so is Beastmaster. Necrobook 1 done, Roar available. Like, they could just set things up, but there's still no song. He didn't even save a point on Naga Siren, so very killable, but there is a rotation. JT plus a Phoenix making a move.
Nice. Definitely the easier of the cores to take down right now. They'll drop the arena, and there's no chance for Ice. Rotation onto the Beastmaster, same time around mid, though. Arbed able to get the jump in onto Ollie.
This is going to be such a good timing on Orchid from Storm Spirit. Something that the Storm does not like to play, Morphling does not like to play into, where like that Manta style is a very costly item, and they don't have like a real save. There is Song of the Siren, but most of the time Naga and Morphling will not be in the same spot on the map.
We go.
Focus around the mid lane. Ice. Available with the Roar. If anyone steps up too far, space is made for EG to take the bottom tier 1 tower. arteezy, of course, now with the maxed out Diabolic Edict. Take these objectives very fast. He's head up top, Fly being left alone. Tier 1 taken in return. Crit setting up here, scouting out some action with the Invis. Not going to initiate anything though, as he is purely on his own. Thane, Arbed, Ice, and Fly trying to set up from the side. Ice, he wants to try and go for the Roar opportunity. It's about it there, but Emo is able to zip out with the waveform, and he's got Ollie right behind him. Tricky of a move to be made. Up top, Crit continuing to get more information. Remainder of that Invis room will now come to a finish, and Arbed speed up here, maybe to see if they could start something off, but it's hard. Fly around, and as you said, they don't know if he's got the song or not, so they are going to respect the Naga Siren.
Smoke from IG. Disruptor's still level 5, Phoenix is 6. They might, I mean, they have enough damage if they go with Arena. Once again, Ice. Careful. Let's see what his raid is. Radiant using the scan. They know someone is in triangle. Yeah, Ice, he looks pretty dead.
Oh! I mean...
A bit of a Kale.
I mean, let's see. It was at this moment he realized. I mean, Ice.
They're also laughing. Yeah, they're tipping Ice. You know, just giving that money so he can retire earlier. Just keep collecting it. What I like about EG is like warding. Like these 2 wards that they have on the bottom part of the map are pretty much the exact same wards that they had when they played Alchemist offlane when he had the 9-minute Battle Fury.
Yes. And
those 2 wards did not get the ward. You can scout the rotations, possibly like also smoke rotations when people are coming to tier 2 tower, any rotations in the lane, the rotations and the deep ward inside the like this area, but still did not get rewarded. So probably expecting the same thing to happen here. Ice. Yeah, we already said he looks pretty dead.
Gonna throw out the Roar there as well. Be able to achieve anything with it, or maybe it will actually, because Ollie is set up very low. Crit and arteezy able to come in and get Ollie in return. Be able to chase for more though. Karka and JT a bit speedy with targets. They're out there.
I talked about the itemization on arteezy, like the earlier Boots of Travel. You can kind of see the patterns in what EG is doing, pretty much the similar style of playing. Picks up the Boots of Travel when he was playing the Razor. Like, he needs to be greeted this time around because he is the core. Like, he needs to be able to scale. Morana ulti. JT, no dust.
Oh! Spears him there. arteezy. You're not going to latch on to anything as he goes straight through the trees. The mid, Arbed, very close to... We'll see Emo responding to that build. He's going to get the duels first.
Okay, because like, it's a cheaper way of dispelling thing. They have no save whatsoever, so he needs to be able to remove those silences. I've seen it a couple of times. It can work.
Interesting direction, but definitely a necessary one. We're in the jungle, Brett. He's trying to get in on this. He's going to leap straight in the middle of them and leap into his death. And obviously no real chance of getting away with the 3 points on Glimpse. Ollie would always be able to bring him back, so Crit just trying to get in and do as much damage as he could before he goes down. Stat.
Beastmaster, he's really struggling this time. He got caught 3 times. The start of his early game wasn't really good because he was playing into dual lane against the Beastmaster.
They go for JT, but JT did get the arena down. What's over from arteezy, the arena wall still holding back EG. Not able to set up anything off the back of that Roar attempt. Also likewise for JT, his ult also on cooldown.
He has enough money to buy a Blink Dagger, to just go to base, pick up that Blink Dagger. No arena, but he can always make those spear plays into the towers, into buildings or cliffs. Storm just finished off the Orchid. 13 minutes in. Does anyone have a smoke? There is one smoke on Crit, but oh, Emo. Like, he's super close. Like, he just needs one guess to be able to actually get that Yule Scepter, and then he will have a way of dispelling this silence coming up. Storm.
Definitely need to keep the pressure up, though. Moment in time, IG with the greedy lineup with a Morphling and a Naga Siren. They are 2,000, 3,000 gold ahead.
They feel, you know, much safer going into the late game. Their team fight is much stronger. EG, they are the ones who need making stuff on the map with the Orchid on the Storm Spirit. Like, they should try to look for a pick-off. But IG seems like they're having a really good read what's going on. Just going together, also smoking up. arteezy just showed on top.
They're close in on him on time. Going straight towards him. Over in the mid lane, jump's going to be made onto Emo first, though, by EG. It's easy to take down the Morph. arteezy in trouble. The Spear actually missing. Drop the Static Storm. Time being bought for the rest of EG to TP over. arteezy will still go down. Fly unable to help him from the high ground. Glimpse back onto Arbed. Arbed will be taken straight back to the mid.
Yeah, Fly used a Photic Shield on himself. I don't think it would matter. I believe he was already dead. But nice move rotation. They still lose one. IG should be careful when the rest of the team is using a smoke like that. You need to be very careful, like what you're doing with the hero, especially as a Morphling. We said that Ice is kind of struggling this time around. Has a book 15 minutes in, but he also has boots.
Trying to get the grab onto my side. Still going to lay down the Roar. The arrow follow. Crit jumps in with the burst. Have they got enough? They do. JT taken down.
And now they can start putting pressure on this tower. This tower is actually dead. They have 4 points at Edict, but arteezy, like, he needs to be a bit more careful. Yes, you have a baton behind yourself. You're still very versatile. The only item you have pretty much is Kaya, so you don't have that much HP.
Robin, super chance to get in on this, but risk it up to the high ground of IG's triangle. Back on track with taking towers. Still yet to slow down the farm, really, of Fly. 9k net worth coming in.
Fly has been having an amazing time most of the time on just on the top lane. Has that Manta style, which will increase his farming capabilities. Going into Scotty next. Just wants to be able to tank up. He understands most of the damage comes from the leshrac. Song.
The Song setup, Ollie has got Static Storm. They could look to drop everything on arteezy, and they will. Static Storm, Supernova's out. Fly and arteezy are going to try and take down the end. Can they do so? They can't. The Supernova successful. arteezy goes down. Fly by himself a bit of time with the borrowed time. Chasing down and bringing back they can. Ollie with the glimpse gets Fly back in the reaches of JT and Kaka as Fly will slowly be burned down.
Now, that was such a clutch Yule Scepter coming out from the Morphling there. Yes, you heard that correctly. Yule Scepter from the Morphling, who wanted to have something to dispel silence coming up from the Storm, and he uses it just so that he secures egg, manages to get off in a team fight. Loss for stone. Found by EG. Every single time I see that item, I'm like, yeah, this is good, you know, because your position 4, your position 5 will always want to hold that item.
Playing arteezy. He's here alone at the moment. He's going to try and open up on Emo here. Moves in with the stun. He's going to be able to find him. Emo was not ready for that one bit. arteezy strikes from the shadows and gets the solo kill onto the morph. Meanwhile, over in the triangle, Arbed leading in with the backup of Ice. They drop the roar down onto JT. JT will fall. Lifeline trying to go for Arbed, but Arbed still with mana to play with as he's out there.
Now you can see the damage coming out from the Naga Siren. Good 2 pickoffs, especially the one from arteezy. Pretty much the solo kill. Now he starts to put some pressure on the top tower, eating such a powerful ability against the towers.
Buildings just as fast as they need to, really. You know, coming up to 18 minutes in. They've already taken 4 towers away. G, whilst they themselves, they've only lost the 1 tier 1 top. Fly, hitting arteezy here with his aggressive positioning. Emo, try and lead in onto Fly. I'll get the glimpse back onto Crit. Static Storm dropped as well. Fly trying to do his best to keep Crit alive from outside of the storm. A Crit will still fall. Emo moving in onto arteezy.
arteezy out of mana.
Setup. JT's got the blink. Arena down. Look for the angle onto arteezy, but he's not going to find it because Arbed in with the silence stops this combo from JT. Arbed, the savior, coming in to turn it around. As Fly, he'll also fall. As EG, they're able to take down 4 of IG. They're going to go straight for the pit.
Yeah, try to get that Aegis. arteezy was running low on mana, manages to get the arcane ring, just a bit more damage, and you said it, Arbed just stops the combo. He understands where the most of the damage is going to come from. They have Fly on a baton, keeping them alive. Arrow inside the pit, can connect. They can't respond to this. They do not have Naga Siren for 20 seconds. Song will be available, but this is exactly how EG needs to play. Like, they need to be aggressive. They need to make stuff happen right now, get some advantage with their lineup.
IG definitely going to be a little shaken up after that last move. 1k lead at the moment for EG. In a very close position here between these two teams where EG are getting these objectives, but it's not like IG's cores are falling behind in farm. Both Emo, especially Fly, getting a lot out of the game right now, and already halfway pretty much towards the Skadi. Fly. We see that fight, that turnaround again, as it really did look like it absolutely could have gone IG's way. If JT was able to get in and get that combo down onto arteezy, taking the lesh out, things would have looked a whole lot different.
Arrow. Ooh.
Shadows, take us.
Do have the ults up IG. IG could look to set something up. It's a lot harder now that there is that Aegis on arteezy.
He got him again.
He's ult to Emo. Boy, he's got to be careful, Emo. JT, arteezy's also got to be careful. JT's able to get in, spear arteezy over towards the trees. That's the Aegis done, but now Arbed, he's zipping in the backline. Supernova out. We'll see Emo disabling Arbed for now with the Yules. Arbed still zipping off to the side, but the Supernova's going to be successful to start. Catching the 3 of them. arteezy pulling out. Arbed jumps back in over towards Ollie, brings down the Disruptor. Song set up from Fly being used here to actually allow IG to back away.
Oh man, this was such a big move. Like, he caught Morphling, but there was no real follow-up. They just needed 1 extra stun, either an arrow or Storm Spirit jumping in. Then Storm jumps on the Phoenix, who manages to get the Supernova off. And once again, those Yule Scepters, just keeping them in the air so the egg can go off. Like a bit of a throw there. arteezy, like, he lost the Bloodstone charges as well. On top of that, he thought he was tanky, but the team was not there.
Stupid.
No, not at all. Just a little too far forward, away from the rest of the squad, and not the usage out of the Aegis that EG kind of need to get when they're running a lineup like this. These sort of deaths and slowdowns in the process that they're going for with their draft, it's gonna hurt.
That was kind of like a shocked Pikachu face, or like, what's going on? Where's the rest of the team? And this will slow them down. Like, still, Morphling doesn't deal that much damage. You didn't get the Manta style, you know, so you don't get the stats. Yule Scepter is a cheaper way of dispelling things. Now going into E-Blade, so that's going to help out quite a lot with dealing the damage, but still needs some more time. You know, he's not a real carry in this game. It's the Naga Siren.
Gonna go for Emo, follow up here with the Roar and the arrow, everything being laid down onto Emo, and with the stuns, they've got it. Not enough strength being built up as Emo will fall. Ollie will as well, as EG make moves here with the 4 of them. arteezy will also come over to start bringing in this top lane. Start pressuring the tier 2s again. EG just continue to make these moves, enable Abed. Abed very close to the BKB, just a recipe away.
Double damage.
Still having a flawless game. 6-0-5 on the Storm Spirit.
Abed this time around, like, he does not want to go for any greedy items. He needs that BKB. He wants to be able to jump the back lines, does not care about Sog. They have literally no abilities that go through Magic Community other than Supernova. But Abed's job is just going to be, like, I'll try to go get a jump on Phoenix. It's not going to be that easy because Phoenix has Yules right now, so they need some follow-up.
Progress-wise for IG Fly. Skadi is going to be done for the next fight. So this Naga Siren it's going to be huge. EG, they're going to have to be really prepared to deal with and keep their distance from Fly. If they get any sort of lockdown onto the cores, Fly will tear them apart.
Fly also going for color coordinated build, like everything is kind of greenish, bluish. I really like that. Like even the neutral item is also greenish.
What about the fashion Fly? It looks good.
Yeah, after seeing arteezy, you know, bringing out the fashion, it's like, maybe I can't do it in real life, but I'll do it in game. It matters more.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Talking about fashion on Naga Siren, here's one for you, Lacoste. What did Naga Siren wear to the maths test?
I don't know.
An algae bra. All right.
So, Morphling, you know, still put some pressure. He's not that easy to kill, but if they try to surprise him one more time, there is always going to be this Sunray right now. Also, Phoenix is getting a ton of farm. Yule Scepter, going for that hex.
Yeah, the steer 2 mid. Fly. He's got the song set up. Oh, they're a little too close to each other. Ice and Crit, they're looking pretty tasty here. Ollie, he lays down the Storm combo. They're caught in it. They'll try and do their best to split, but the arena's down. Evo comes in, blows up Crit, takes down Ice.
Oh, yeah. That was such a beautiful song on Mirana. First thing that comes to my mind is, you know, praise the moon of May. They actually got Mirana there, and beautiful song.
Peace.
Nice setup. JT getting closer to the BKB. Like, once he gets that, there's still, like, Edict, there's a Beastmaster Roar. I still feel they will need to, like, they have a lot of problems right now in EG, because they feel like they're under pressure. They need to be doing stuff. You're playing into two agi carry heroes. You have, like, your leshrac, your Storm, their intelligence. So IG's lineup is much better in the late game.
Aggressive moves going. Fly, kind of chilling here around the bounty rune spot. We'll be able to get the pickup on it. Actually, they don't really want to commit on it because they know there's backup coming in. As Arbet zips straight over, looking towards the Mars. Mars will be healed up by the Sunray. Side, arteezy, looking towards Fly. Arbet's in. He's a little low on mana, Arbet. If they can continue to chase down Fly, they can't. Fly will be fine. JT comes in with the spear to push Fly back.
Fly just a bit too speedy. Fly has one fly, you know, so it makes a lot of sense.
Fly equals...
Yeah, it's like having, you know, 2 horsepower and the other guy has 1 horsepower. It's has double the amount, so it's going to be more speedy, which makes a lot of sense. Arrow does not connect.
We have it. Drag back onto arteezy. Arteezy needs help, and he needs it now. He's going to put the Bloodstone heal. BKB popped by Arbet. Arbet trying to push back JT. He's low on mana. The Supernova comes out. EG, they've got to back off. Zemo. Turn into the left shit, have some extra damage over to the side. They've got the Roar, the arrow. Actually connects on the Fly. A beautiful hit there from Crit, coming in for the side. Fly, he's got to turn, he's got to run, he gets the song off in time. Fly, he will live, but he has to run.
So unfortunate. Like, they just got BKB delivered on the leshrac. If he had that, like, 2 seconds earlier, he would probably be able to chase down Naga Siren. All they needed was, like, maybe 2 hits from the Pulse Nova. But what an arrow from Crit. Like, Crit just,
that
like,
was pretty much max arrow, yeah. And, Ollie needs to change his underwear after that one. that was a little too close.
One for sure.
Yeah.
So next Roshan may respawn in 20 seconds. We'll see, it's going to be a longer respawn. If it's like early respawn, EG should just try to go inside. They know that the song is on cooldown. They also want to have that level 18 on Naga Siren. It's a big difference, 40-second difference between level 2 and level 3 ulti.
Now we'll check this fight again, as you say, just getting on arteezy. Didn't quite have the BKB delivered yet, so struggled to really take that fight to its full
And
potential.
here comes Sniper. Look at this.
I mean, it was the combo as well. The raw from Ice actually pushing the Naga Siren into the arrow. So a real combo play there between the two of them.
Yeah, the real combo was actually overlapping stuns, and unfortunately, you know, it was a sick arrow, but they needed just a little bit more damage, like 200 damage. JT,
and JT's getting gone on here, already back in the action on the backline. Arteezy jumping over towards Kaka. Kaka's not able to dive out in time, and Emo, he's been caught on the front. Emo's down. EG with those 2 kills, they can look to continue to push on, take this tier 2 tower.
Man, Emo, he does not get the shift off. This is like 3rd or 4th time already that he was not able to get it off. E-Blade is done, but the tier 2 tower also gone. Roshan, long respawn times. It was like full duration respawn, 3 minutes. Crit has also a spirit vessel, so that's gonna help quite a lot against those heals, the overtime damage. EG 5k gold lead for now.
Likely to get a lot of value out of the vessel this game. Of course, always good against the more. Sure, he's got a way to dispel it, but as we're seeing most of the time, Emo, he has to use that to sort of remove the silence if he gets jumped upon by Arbed. So there's always
It's also, you know, you need to be careful about that Yule Scepter. It's a great setup for Mirana's arrow. They have 2 Yule Scepter. It's a good item. Kaka this time around just changing things a bit. You know, he wanted to get the Hex against the Storm Spirit. Decides to go for the full pipe. He was extremely farmed. I think it's a correct choice. You know, playing into leshrac, playing into Storm Spirit, there's going to be a ton of magical damage. You just want to be able to tank up yourself and your own team.
Go looking to wait around the Roshan timer. Minute until it's up. Ice. He's heading in. He's found Ollie there with the army. Fly trying to hold him back, but the BKB's down from Ice. He's going to turn over towards Fly as they jump in. Roars down. Arbed, Crit, and Ice surrounding him. He's tanky, but he is not tanky enough there to withstand the damage here from 4 members of EG. The rest of IG just nowhere close enough to help out.
And Beastmaster this time around also has a BKB ready just to be able to go in. Like, they don't have abilities that go through match community. JT?
Arteezy's found him here with the help of Fly. He's going to drop the arena, but there's nowhere for JT to run. He's going to try and TP, but with the BKB up on Arteezy,
yeah,
just straight through the wall and takes him down. As that was a bit of an unnecessary loss there for IG after they'd already lost 2 out on the map.
JT stance was just TP, but this time around did not really work out. No. It was, you know, that most of the time that's not gonna work out. Damage coming out from Lesh is just a bit too high. They're also controlling the outpost, the 3:30-minute mark.
Yeah, that hurts for sure now. So he's gonna get some space. I mean, back in my day, JT was bringing sexy back, and nowadays he doesn't even know how to get back.
He needs that BKB. He's also a bit like under level. Like he's level 14, 30 minutes in, while Beastmaster's almost level 20.
See Arteezy there having a bit of a giggle.
The prize is mine.
737 hit. Tome. I think Arteezy. I think he's taken all the tomes this game, Arteezy.
I see no difference. Like, I played Dota for 15 years. You know, tomes were not that long in Dota, but every single time it happens, like someone just steals my tome.
Yeah, no, there is. You know, Arteezy's.
If this was a pop game, you know, Arteezy's getting reported. This is an Overwatch case for sure.
If Arteezy was in my pub, I think you'd let him get the tomes, you know. Here we go down mid. Arbed. Gonna look to lead in onto Karkat. The arrow actually leading onto JT. They might be able to do something with this. They do. Arbed commits with the BKB, gets straight in onto JT. JT in trouble. Trying to back off, but JT's down. Arbed now to the high ground. He's also going to get the catch on the Fly. They're dropping the Supernova, but Fly just gets taken out. There's no help for him. If the Supernova, it will go on. JT's come back in with a buyback, but there's no Fly for 50 seconds. Emo
Arteezy taking everything.
Arbed just running them down. Arteezy into the base on top of Emo. Emo's dead. No buyback on him. JT in trouble. This is going to be a buyback on demand. They'll call it GG as EG will take game 1.
Man, this was